Why you sending him?
She has to record so that they know.
Why you sending him?
Maybe record. I don't know what I'm doing. You told me a CID.
Let's go.
I said,
let's go.
Let me record the message. Record it. Because record it. I want to know where I'm going. You told me that you are
Let's go.
If you want to follow, you can follow. I can drive. Maybe my main driving job.
Why?
We are professionals. We are not here to harm anybody. You are equally on camera, okay? We don't want any issues, okay? We are taking to the DNA headquarters, okay?
So, sorry now, Humete. A report to say, lady no, why they were pong, ye castle about pong, miscarriage. Adenta Kumi, Nigeriano. A report to say, boys in the choir, Mahama Arrested for the choir, no. Or Mama na pong. Yes, when you miscarriage, report a no. So, see, or my be ano, the Yenya Kumi, and a so civilized way say, Wako who say, judges, some lawyers are interested party for the government. Na Omakosia ewu baby. Na a concerned citizen. What me a petition, rather, one year demonstrate 1 year coup. Or yet what a petition to petition the president say, dear Mako Huni, conflict of interest. Important say, Obi or yet government appointed and so you do maybe a year, I mean a year neutral. You don't merge yourself with Sadia Bema. I conflict with the job. Na Adia Chenya Mahama Matuma for say, woman a guy. Na woman a omania teacher Ghana for na yako bulino. Na ya cheno na yere edisun no bana hospital no ya no wa down no suna wapon ne when you miscarriage. Na what hon mote hon the MPP for na mo wan kran mo ho. And this is the time one you should start mobilizing your people. Mama boys in the Mananti Alban who didn't know money now to for 1 TA. Montier canon. We are penny for a canon who walk on in Corabetana. Most say mobilizing Momantiano, the data forces and all of them. Mobilize or NDC, I one mobilize one or Domacook National Security. What yet now? This is the time. Say Mahama so on pass with you, the mine. As a some more money ungovernable for Mahama. A period. One and a wabam, one a president. Because Monon, Mahama to say, why a con man, President Mahama, or face beer, or who are no stress rate, very, very dangerous man. I'm within the diagrono. President Mahama, don't men take his President Mahama Yabokos au, and Penia Casse, and so she and Fenipa. And so you know the funny part here the yakano. Anything I told that Obi and this was be I mean why you'll be any pabonini. One more yabokono, I'm telling you, T Mahama example. Motuano or place or play a playbook I see a Russia communist inferior status. See, Wamu a book or more place or more BMO radio. How to break the MPP because they want to rule for just say 1% NDC about Nakabuza say, Muyana Montenia Masi. Do you sure say Mahama Pani and this phone said they want to rule for only 4 years. And now Mashasi and Temudins and Fonsano. No! They want to fix systems. I said reset, you know. MSM Nipabu how you can't almost say, oh Mahama 4 years, Tia the Yakano. So woman say 4 years and no more Bema, they will never do this. And they have intentions. You can't for being here, and then I'll show you some documents in the video beyond. Stay here. Na my chrawa DB. And say we are simply say asema bu techere akomaso ni pie ya no. Enti so mkodi nkomo no a so mba bonte beka enye se wo ma hyeda say ofiti ya no wokasa o. Wo most of them nkrofo so mo nim nyansa. Eto wo mpanifo ne kase no mo te ya no mo de abeto abonten. Tie de ye ka no mon kantra mon penny for MPP for. This is the time. MPP leadership no mon start organize boys ni ye. Mo organize woman Sarabu achimechia pa. Finapina akwaba mama test mechia. Organize the boys no what did ya what did ya me be kra mo be 60 years 70 years. Ade cast be break mu fie mon build the young people mon build the base ni ye na munyai sa. Munyai build the boys. MPP base mon build on munyai sa boko say no ombe tete mo. The intention of the NDC is to break the account people. They will sponsor the party. Russia tatis. Russia, Vladimir Putin. He is the strongest man. And Mahama want to replicate this nonsense. Oko China, Bembe sorry, Sikanibia Sorana, Chama leader no Brena say. Obia a communist style. NDC person or yes, RDNB. Today, more and more target account for no. Most likely the Ashantis. I'm telling you, just watch it. Watch out. They or sponsor party, they will break them. Or more munim say bibi woman someone, woman strong no. They will use them to break them, to silence them. Tie de yakano. Ede dey nsi dey what obi a wo politician na usura de. Ese nu katia ka kire mo say NDC fo ayete say nankwasefo emu jampa wo nsam da. We are not necessary. What kind of public? I'll have the video. We're chilling. I'm going to find it. Munyai boga 7 prima 7 Samuel Munyai sa. Organize the boys. One would see a muncha more money on governable for John Mahama because I call when one person very respected Ghana for. And so supreme leader Tatisano. On to me without breaking the MPP. On to me. And untina besine edientia because or study afenyo markets they will go to Supreme Court. So in order for them to you'll be discouraged to go to court no, by going to court no. Now or break court no ma court to plan wakono bill. Tie de canon. Because the likes of afenyo markets every small moment they will go to court. Because omo democratic leaders they will go to court. But in order for Mahama so to discourage you for not to go to court, rather than or break court, the trust in the court system, or weaken the justice system, so that it will be a leader. And Russia sanity, China sanity, South Korea and you know the deal. Judge Bay. That's what Mahama want to play this book for you. Montias and Munya case study. Mahama want to break the judicial system so that one found na some of the catch them class what the tribunal creba tribunal na president they in charge what the tribunal creba eti obeka so obi MPP for no yam obi na we dey professors na be catch them they are not going to tell you this e wi ase mra bia ni pe de nyansafo mba wi ase don't expect obi a wa share suit na kan okra bi nkyerɛ they won't come and tell you most of them are getting a cake politics no bi mu ye no Munche moyem yanka no krenchera nyo bia na mo hihye suit anya nkyere so mo ye nyansafo sa. Me say President Mahama want to break the judicial system. Our justice the weekend no. So weekend we are now obey supreme leader and they will take control. Because when we say the lies of your markets everything no madru court. Ayo mo hin ayo mo time. Ayo mo time say bibia no ma court no lose because they can't test the law. Almost suffer with the law. Democracy no. And say we want to reset the democracy. And two person no me change the now they want to mean and you know. Mahama na metro the meaning of resetting. Na wo kan na ya there. And I was unim ade wa ben wa ko school no. Several times now baby Mahama ejina bia no or castigate against the so-called democracy and MPP for maji ejina mo no. Everywhere, or call you and now call Togo, or make it the same statement. We need to, rebuild our own democracy. Okay, can some side. Do what I say? Obi also kuta strategy. Mamun disappointed here. Why? Now, yanko back to Wontumi case nibi. Yanko back to Wontumi obio. Na yan shadi ya wahasi. Yanko mra.
The MPP legal team, Lawyer Kusi, was also here to see exactly what they were trying to attain with the drone. But I can see that these people are still on the operation. The national security operatives are still flying the drone over the house of Chairman Ntribo Siako. I would attempt to speak to some of the legal officers within the NPP to get exactly what the national security operatives are looking for by flying a drone.
Of the new patriotic party in the Ashanti region. Presently, the information that I'm getting from the MPP sympathizers who are gathered here is that they've reached an agreement for the national security operatives to leave. So early this morning, these national security operatives, a joint team of police and National Investigation Bureau operatives, came to the house of the NPP chairman in the Ashanti region, Bernard Ntribo Siako, and they came with a search warrant. A court has given them the permission to search the house of Chairman Wontumi to find some valuables or some exhibits that could lead them to a crime that has been committed by the NPP chairman. So we have pictures of this search warrant that they came in here with, and they seized all the exits to Chairman Wontumi's house. And they started working with. They started ensuring that they get exhibits and other information that will help in their investigations. It led to some of the NPP leaders coming to this area to actually supervise or oversee what exactly is happening here. So this is where we are now. The operatives seized all exits. They didn't allow any people to enter or leave the house. It's unclear if Chairman Wontumi himself is within the premises, but the operatives went in there and conducted their business. And with time, some of the NPP executives and other notable persons within the NPP all came around upon hearing this information, and they came.
Reaching it is that a joint police and national security operatives surround.
MPP legal team, Lawyer Kusi, was also here to see exactly what they were trying to attain with the drone. But I can see that these people are still on the operation. The national security operatives are still flying the drone over the house of Chairman Ntribo Siako. I would attempt to speak to some of the legal officers within the NPP to get exactly what the national security operatives are looking for by flying a drone.
Of the new patriotic party in the Ashanti region. Presently, the information that I'm getting from the MPP sympathizers who are gathered here is that they've reached an agreement for the national security operatives to leave. So early this morning, these national security operatives, a joint team of police and National Investigation Bureau operatives, came to the house of the NPP chairman in the Ashanti region, Bernard Ntribo Siako, and they came with a search warrant. A court has given them the permission to search the house of Chairman Wontumi to find some valuables or some exhibits that could lead them to a crime that has been committed by the NPP chairman. So we have pictures of this search warrant that they came in here with, and they seized.
Okay, so okay. The entire who sign pictures when you know say me se na me hwehwe ade na pese me hu ade kura Wontumi aye e no mo say Chairman Wontumi wo mo suspect ne say say sika bisem bi na NDC for boys no na omo kasa wa ha ho mame ma de nkyero ne tie wa ha se tie yentie asem wo mo se de omo so Wontumi aye yentie ase
nkyeremu aba a kyese wo hwe ska kese bi omukyeremu a afa ne nsase eye $10 million bi okwaji free Exim Bank ho so de kwakudua bru eye $45 million koko board akwan bi oka so obeye a ne nyina no ama so no including akonta mining so insensem
MPP for munya na agro no kra ye nyansa se we eye comedy ukwatro ni mu a Bible ka se de nipa buo na no an wo ye de utwa na Ghana ha wo ba MPP for bebre ene wa ha the MPP party hierarchy no mo national chairman it is a to bi ache no a ebe krep.
Okay, so according to some boy a waka say your friend Abbas Nuruddin was say afi na agro na hyase now analysis no ye bogus to the sense sabi yewura Steven team na nyina so ne na hoden enye compare to Chama Wontumi fact Wontumi nya ho hwe now report kire say wo mo say de nti o mo hia no wakra ne say 10 million sika bi afa ne nsase afei another $45 million bi so eno so contract bi eno so ka ho na nwanwa wo say o suspect will be say why cause of financial loss to the state here this emetwoma for say ne do mo ye anyway we dey yentie NDC boy no aye frɛ no Abbas Nuru this boy na one Samijan fiti muka mu a na omo yi dollars no ono na yekasa mu yentie no
MPP a wonye boni bia na yepo bia na atum ne ba keke dia ene nka 17 mom ne yebekwa akwache no because in terms of hierarchy no ni mu odu chen Wontumi eno dan chen MPP omo wo 16 regional chairman dia nti na omo mu bia no national security for nkofa na Wontumi ejin kan eba MPP free aban mu a omo ko fie ne yehu se Wontumi onye minister da onye hwe da enso aban cars bi akotini ho a amfa kwan paso ye ko ye no ono agitu mu ne na
Ankabas aban cars bi akosi Wontumi fie a
yes eno dia ya fakra da cars ne dia national security for proper da
na mokodu ono se onya cars no wei
eno dia nyame nkwa nanim ya fra no sai cars ye hu se cars bi woni ho a car no ya aban kan o ti okay ye brɛ ye ko na afoforo kra kan ho a yes I hear they exercise kay boni keke die be die no kan kay stealing because we share criminal code no me criminal and other offenses act 19 act 29 yeah I think section 127 to 129 define stealing no yes so all dishonest appropriation of something of which you are not the owner stealing it is a Wontumi unya aban nipa o se wonya bo chairman da ni abe hu aban ka wo ha ye kro no ti say boni keke ne ye pede di Wontumi anka no kra anka bono eno dan chen ebio galamse ye ka wo pe nipa wasa asase afuntum asase na wo komanso a obe ko wo akwala ne 9 yensa oni hune Wontumi juma wa die de poison cyanide da good so otimi de excavators makoma 200 Lord your funtum asase and Asante region or that Wontumi na ase ni nyina enye ye de ka wonu na breso akonta mine and kobedi e fro hotan no ni break eye forest reserve mu ekoye galamsey ma lands and natural resources minister no ho at the time a friend abuti na for no ba bon say beka say Wontumi ni tumi krata and eye galamsey
on say the entire me catch them say MPP for mun pay attention to this media for no mun pay attention on say asema wo gina so akwafo kan asema nsemfo kan ya wogekan none of them and they attribute to Wontumi and in fact sawukuta sansem we nyina you don't bring Matoma for say they should come and hunt him you go to court take him to court na mo chiche Chinese for adena Wontumi dia mo mfa ne court mo nche ne court bi o police nkoche no I don't mean what is the police are coaching us wonko enye no kre media for no kuta strategy o obeka se wo mo ka treat enua no wo mo tie de yeka no sika ne control we ase money controls if you don't have money forget it no power without money I power papa I powerless if you think say I have power without money forget it it will be wo sika no new power some person bia no yare ebia wo yare wona dream etunim you see this a bunch of these hypocrites for us aboy ya woka say on say nsamo woka busa say etu Wontumi nko an etu galamsey na wontu galamsey de na what is the meaning of galamsey in whose context and you cast where galamsey we nya galamsey so say aban mo bi a concession na me kona watutu nua nyina go no wotu gina kwa ibi no wotu nua wotu godwa eti me ba ya no mabeka se wotu galamsey on na me se madwene nya dwuma. But the point is say, wona ye dia dwuma na na obekọ say, we dia wotu galamsey rules and demand requirements ni. Into o masha da kan nyina bom sabe ya they want to give the dog a bad name so that they can hang it. Sadie na meme say I don't do it. Tie de yaka no. Enyo course obi to go do I was wotu galamsey. We yes ape we ignorant person. Sa no waye Ghana for no. Omo ya mo say obi etu galamsey na the Ghana no ene why na use sa krata say fan to gold. Me no ka say sa ko ye wo ka say na ban fo kan eba ye wo say oba act no a emobi sa concession was so be for buy was why they was sem and net they still issuing licenses to people to go and mine. This is when smarter. They just use your mind, play with you. Tie they make no. Eti sa kwaye o ka say na we ahiafo ma we mu nyina pe say wo mo tori o mo yes say aso obi na mo anya yie na wo no ka say untumi na ase amanfo manwo. Look at this bogus, why bogus? Very bogus guy. To the sense say enipa to galamsey no enye wuntumi nko so wo to bi enye wuntumi a enfa na wuntumi to galamsey no ehia na wo di asase bo bi say concession ko to gold wo so a why o mekan rules ni bi nkyira say the next 5 years ni say one year reclamation tie say nipa no to gold no ya in what duration am de manipa no sa wo be so be chechirim because wo man say nipa no bebre nwene say okono obi to gold anyo to gold no ya na so o kata asase ye nye ne sa enti say wo be chechire ma kire Ghana for no they won't do that because omo pese there be a create sensationalism enti na me say okono obi to gold wa enye okọ na okọ gino so to galamsey e de ne galamsey. What is the meaning of galamsey? A strategy na politics womo hide behind that word. It doesn't make sense to me. Okono obi agi concession wo to gold wa opa call lands commission na ko hwe ne requirement say after say wo say asase ni wi a time limit ben one year reclamation one kata asase ni so time bay it is a man 5 years no one year ya eno na wo case am metimi ate ase ya man 2 years after 2 years eso wo year reclamation onso ani do mo kan kire eti da bia na ye galamsey so da bia yetu mahama ba ye aban fontan tan what does issue certificates for people to go and mine omo kasi ya say ni nyina ne say untumi ya kani tribal politics. They just want to break him. 2013 they couldn't break the guy. In fact omo ne boka omo hye ne niam nyina ma MPP ba power no judgment debt of $1 million ebeda Ghana so omo hyase bio because omo person omo build omo nkrofo ebi to say Ibrahim Mahama mo they want to rebuild them. Mahama person or resource ni nuanom esremfo na omo so yes sikafo no bi without working for it. I don't know what yes ade no. I some MPP for no money yet. As I can for you must wake up because enipa no aba no tribal politics. Enipa no aba no president no yet tribal politics. So as some woman who say yes, you understand the game of tribal politics. Muti ase na mote wo ene wo hunu na mo na Mahama de nkwa kai ahunti uti asama abrantia ne ka no a eye NDC for nkombo mu di opposition say untumi atu gold anya sika na nko tu gold nko onya de onya ebo anko se sanguna botom awon obi o invest gold ma woni sika enti obi o sika enti de ayi na nya sika dwuma no oye unum excavator ba akobo na hwan de lances ma no ade na nko tubi eti eso woni bre no wo yesa wo nya nipa etam so hu so obi anya sika nya ofita na ukodwa no kohwe de no woye de na mitimi ye bia na anya sa wo nya sika da emo ni mra de sa unum excavator ba akobo obi take race no kwaji loan no so de kotunu go no owie no anya sika wo so wadwa ho but as a citizen ade ehu hia ene sa obey dey so also on pass also person fight Ghana asemo a go and find out say in a character alliances near the man no at what point in so ye reclamation or katan assassin so at what point sani ye wi ase babia obi ka to say Ghana ye ntu godwa what that there's a mrama kwanse we see your mining. In fact NDC mining NDC to galamsey wo mu to gold ni bi adana mo ma be hu na say as a Ghana ye chiwade so be to gold. It is not true today, not tomorrow. Do not allow yourself for this crooks and hooligans to deceive you. Ubenya problem. Now, the ento omo yesa ne say wo de wontumi kokot a enya de ombedi nkonim. Say wo de wontumi kokot today, they can win the case. Eno tro omo yesa de no. Wo ntumi win the case no. Enka asemu enka no nsa kokot na waka chen say ya sama because akwa we ba besun ya friend say Kofi Amaboa ena huntumi oboa ni nyina nsa na omopekon age lances de ama NDC for owie ya chichi ya Chinese for na interior minister ba mumye deport wo ntumi inform ntum nyesa onse o playbook no mo ye Eti Wontumi case no omo ye no. Enye no, wo ma sheda say akwa no ye strong or NPP party nim. They want to break him. Omo wi they will try Canada Japan. Tie de ye ka kire no. They will try him because who say no there Mr. No Nonsense. The next person ye Canada Japan. Omo say a light be omo so omo kofa light be man no and na yere na anye. Eti they will try him. They can't hit him but they want to disgrace him. Mu dia montana say eya won say ye Wontumi case, enya Wontumi case bia. Wontumi nyare. They will try Canada Japan is the next target because MDC could have strategy for them to break the MPP. Now, when they break MPP, it is going to against the account people. Hey, me too, MPP never me. I'm not here say me fight for a political party, but me throw a force. In a matter of warfare, you must get the alliance. Tie de yekano. Oh yes, Antonia, tie me. In the matter of warfare, you must have alliance. And do you think NDC our alliance as Antony? NDC party? And you shame. Tie de yekano. If we see it's about war, a warfare, whether ideological warfare or field war. So in the matter of warfare, you must get the alliance. And NDC cannot be an alternative for you because the party basis does not like Asantes. The party base in Asante for them. And to the translate now, more montreke why? What do you translate? Now, a druha, ubesun, a biana bakokra, where ye can wumfi, now for you to almost as said at a bar, a better. So the point is, and you want to me case. And you want to me as into me no a playbook, and yet ye penny did ya catansem so. The woman say, and some when he and ye me ansa. Bako, say, and then ye be breaky Asantefonia Canfona, we are strong war, MPP party him, and we are one. The Atosubio, the incompetence of this government, where vice president, only we incompetent, Mamino, I am re, what to me, vice president, Mammy, what to me, Mahama, I am re. And no person will use as a system, Machiavellian system. So they be met me a massive work for themselves. Because it seems say I can phone them my dream say I then I can phone you ye or Ghana, son of you, and your polling you be beyond on Baby. And ye dear beyond on the Ghana ni, tear the yakan. A ye Rollins shall see it when we Rollins shall see when we want to me, and now Mahama want to finish the deal. Eti enye Wontumi asem. It's about a big deal and no more fighting. So it's the point here. You must start to think and start to organize your people. Me say omuwie Wontumi, omutewa they will start to hit Canada Japan. Honorable. But we say no, Mr. No Nonsense. O minim so omudi si obetwa. Eti wo MPP ni a emani nya say ye Wontumi case bi na band every a NDC plan for them to penetrate into the MPP. So first, let's see, ma. Yakwa so when any sika said the beya nipa ni will stay back. Any nipa ni will stay back. Then let them go and carry their cross. San on person moye. Te de ye kan ye de ye hu ni ye kan okra kire mo. Eti yankwe yanim na yentie akwa no ni bogus analysis na wo ye no. Asa akwa ya wo mkoche go dollars ya ono wo de yentie ase yentie a.
5 years. Now say I contaminate ye Wontumi company. Ya kochi o mama China ni Erastus as a retonko. China ni so omo de ya contaminate na be form Wontumi na form e na omo ye dey. Omo ye adwuma. Enti asemu apoyan do ka say o mampanyiri wo mamu ha eni e chacha nipa enom ni ade no. Eni nyina so bia. Ghana e yo man a ye de bra e na ye dey eguo. Enti de apoyan do e kan say Wontumi ya MPP chairman tino so watie amrazo kra emrano yanyanhwe ha na. Is that what the MPP is saying? But MPP ba ban mu no omo a omo fi say no omo aye bone wo omo susu emu na omo fi say omo aye bone ti so opuni bafo bone no man for man ko gina court national security and for omo am yan for man ko court an ko di omo asemu ana. Eti for yando asem ne de said your kind wa no omo tie ni wa asem no emu o ha tente wo kra mudu ebia Wontumi o mampanyina Mahama te bank bia your friend Exim Bank say am from Ghana for Wontumi wa kwaje $10 million or also with the kodua what this can on the size can na Wontumi be free.
Okay, another allegation subakuni say untumi akwaje $10 million. Okay. Eti muntie ni ye pa o se untumi akwaje $10 million. Say ye no kura court ne de ko. Enye media mu ne di, enye police fo, enye matwomafo. Eye court ne de ko. Ya arrange wu. Akoyi ka say we lawyer kontomre say Ghana ye de mra na ye dwena de mra be adwuma obi edisika eye criminal case. Eye court ne de ko. Wo kwa ye wo court na judge mu na be kire say a case we de wo ye de criminal case. Na judge ye di wasem nti so oni mra on kansemfo no okeka no but enya no kore wo mu nyina na ye adwuma hyehye ye nto aso o se $10 million untumi kwaje se wo de kodua nua okay ye nto aso
wo waji 10 million Ghana cedis
Exim Bank Saudi kodua bro wo kumawu ukoji ya scan wadi sika se betimi di ama Ghana mabunu ama omodi aye adwuma no wa ban na wo nti na wo fi se wa ban nkoda wa kwaji se sika no aye dai eti na sabi aso sabi anya adu sabi se uko di ensamanfo kwadu a ana se ukobo yi sonsuno bosia no wanti a akyrebene ne apremre emebe beda wo kanajo enti ni amaboni a wuntumi di abai gina abai so de eye no eno nene abu aka ne simu a a national security for di nachi na ye na ye hunu se Ghana oman a ye de mbra na ebu Ghana nye oman a military dictatorship national security ko for wuntumi ana sabi ye ko bona sanu emu ana say ye de na ye ko boni tuo national security for fano ne ye wianwian ne ho na dance ye wo ne de ko gina port am ye gina sem and this issue about the Mampanyini Negro there is emotional blackmail no anya dey anya adwuma say ne make no we kura de ye de ohoro ye mpreja ye MPP abambo bi a wadi boni obi a mfie nwotwe ohunta tumi ya chididi boni bia no ene emra no ne be dey ebedi nti boyando de sabi ema ne ha koma ne timpo say ne make aye no agro no nyanya dey enyansa ase kura wuntumi ne niema bi a wo ye in NDC say ne make wa kwaje 10 million the boyando wo ahoma ne so a enka ye musa no ne ye hwesa asemo America no bebo a
na no kura so se mo ba ye no mo ba hu se wo mo man road contract bi also awanye
eno no ye Cocoa contract bi a wo Western region na Cocoa at the time 1 kilometer stretch of asphaltic overlay grano na ye $800,000 sapete keke no wuntumi so wo ye 1 kilometer bi a $1.5 million aje $45 million ekwan no awanye ekwan ni da wo se ya me ne wo ka wo
angabas sika $45 million na wo bono
yes $45 million
eja NDC for pa udeti o $45 million hey NDC for on say most of them no mo ye hia for into ho wo mo keka nsem bia no mo for mo wadi most of them wo mo ye poor eti wo mo keka nsem basa $45 million hey na untumi okwaje so odekoye kwan really sa hey yanom foi on say o musika si to bo say wo ha na MPP for ko na o madwa an say ne wono na akwaje ni sika na wadie an tie ne onko no nko carry ni cross enya sa eye key eye master key ena o mo bo no enti wan hwe ya wonte ase da o mo hyehye adwuma afira kiraba to o mo yesa now bibia be ye wahi o mo yesa bibia be ye wahi enti bo say oh ene enya wonto no anko ye enko solve ni problem yenya no anko solve ni problem eye ono na enya enye ene ni nya hwe won adwuma no aha but muntie ni ye wo mo fi so obai no court ni si wo no ko mo nko court wo ade na omu so ade na mo because ade na mo nko court wo ye de anu ne di asem ya no ne di asem o poli ayi so so $45 million hey yanom
under the Cocoa Road enya honkwa ukwa Ashanti region ekuro bi di Sabronu ekwan ya wasa ye free ho edeko abofo offense abofo ye de ma wuntumi na man mobilization no hunya maniama nyina sa skani nyina na obi afọ obi ayesade we na wo say wo your regional chairman ti MPP ntimi enche no a anasa national security for mfre no a wo no kra na wo ye mambofo a wo akra no e wo say emra ni udie na koyando hunu say ye wo boni bi o ha ye frɛ no inchoate offenses conspiracy ne abatement obi aya ne bone na mra ebeche no na wo ya wa adwene say ni o edi no amabone no a wadi no afa de kwatia en akaza nso ye bone na we na national security fanya de.
Okay, eti we eye NDC for hooligans ne baako womo no etutwa 70 da bia no we ko school say kura na etutwa 7 wona adwenem na nsemo okeka we nyina no enye radios ne ye ka no was abo no kasa no we lawyer ade na mun nyam nko court adwuma hyehye in order to do a cover up na anopay copy o sticker yes tevna mo copy ho yentie sticker ne MPP for mpani for o mo copy ho na yentie nsam ne bi
at him. Honestly speaking, he has 4 years or 4-year mandate. He has to leave a legacy. I don't think what is happening can define any good legacy for our president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ghana, we are actually experiencing a democratic dispensation. There's rule of law. The very law that conferred the power he had and abusing now. He cannot keep on doing this. He has to call his men to order. Chairman Wontumi had informed me they had been invited to come to Accra to meet the police for an ongoing investigation. And he had complied with. He is yet to go on Monday. So why this? What is happening now? That about 25 armed men purported to be national security men. Whether it is true or not, we have no idea. Is it right? Is it appropriate? Is it good? Are we going back to our military rule days? No. After the NDC guys said they were what is happening now? It looks as if they are more interested in arresting people than to work. 5 months down the line, they have not even finished forming their boards. They are still making some structural and functional adjustments and arrangements. And their focus, basically, is all about concentrating on arresting people and harassing people. I mean, what are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to ourselves? Okay. I mean, what are we doing to ourselves? You witness what is happening here. It is not. I think this is primitive. This is outmoded. I mean, these are colloquial days. We've gone beyond the 21st century. Ghana has earned Africa the reputation we have. Now, our neighboring countries are engaging one way or the other undemocratic.
Okay, so Honorable Stephen, Stephen Sticker, someone and this woman's motor parliament, or movies or one more junior pe we mun and solve mon build them with grassroots database and mobase in here. Sika when you have been built the boys and on a boys in this voice we are woman and no yes samutie. Samuko election mas so den the muko election na mon for can mon boys or mon boys in na money. Na boys yakodi NDC achi na womatimi ahwere basa mon building fan base in here yase NDC for no de modwen no modwen won esa na say akwa say o mukasoma koli na magye de won say wo ne modwen say democracy democracy. The NDC don't believe in democracy. In fact o mo hye wo ne mo sam democracy o mo mpe, they hate it. That is why Mahama person of Fakwa Biaso say obenya absolute control. Na president no obi no timi strase no afa pen no abetrase no abetwetwe nsem no de ato emronum sasem no twetwe so no there's an institution no in charge. I then this vote me idea say 4 years enye enough for the president. I didn't know mutimi nya sa idea no. I then wo mudin comot say I say resetting it means a second constitution a part. It's about a constitutional review. Nya no mo ye no. Omo ye de ya. Omo ye sanka enema anya kura bi te say es gracia. Kisanka say no es omo yi free ho. Es gracia. Nya no a strategy to weaken the judicial system. He say sa ne mo ye nyina no emu ba ko ni we emu bi because of way part boy yom ko che na Adenta Kumi sa petition here because of this video because no munim say video no kura Adenta Kumi because what me lobby Chinese restaurant no ho so no mu ko shia judges ni lawyers yi wo mu nyina so ye affiliate to the NDC Eti quickly, yampe strategy. Na yampe create news or system no because you won't conform one lesson so. Eti Wontumi any Adenta Kumi case no. Ya woman nim di omode ye because of this video. Now, ye mongura sa video no na mi wi a mi fa ngura semu because video ya wo hwe judges, 2 judges and 2 lawyers. Womu nyina so no part of Mahama's committee say ombe pamo chief justice every ho. Eno na Adenta Kumi akotwere ho petition. Fi se no omu nim so okuta exhibit. Nti quickly and NDC for Rashi sa restaurant eduje eno okoye no okofa sa video di ba abonti because onim say so wanya smarter Adenta Kumi release sa video ya o maso be hye. Eti video no de nti o makoche no kura no o de ho ebepie e ma bi say nya we CCTV footage we nko a omo wo different formation because video we na ho here no de omo de ba ye no unse CCTV recordings no any voice wom o try to say ya unse any voice wom song but the entire akwa no makoche no menti ase e might be say akwa no ekuta information nti we judges here Justice Kulendi waka ho bi ena odi yebekom ena omo kwa akotena se nti omo tena se na sankofo we musu na Mahama ayi omo se most of them no omo nko ginem na omo nko ye ayima no omo ni na omo nko enkonko ye committee no o sa committee na nhwehwe chief justice case im na omo nyina di ena omo na akohia wo hai omo na akohia restaurant no eti Tadio sorry ono oka ho bi Kulendi ka ho bi ono ye Supreme Court judge so you can imagine now yenwura sa asem na yenhwe the strategy to do a cover up because the man ye wan kra say Justice Kulendi die na so obi anu so no NDC aparachichi it is okokoshia hotel restaurant you can see say se ka say pon no mokobo a enya nwanwa now yenko joy for no omo nchekere omo aso omo ankrofo yenko amra.
Then you see on the frame. So in the lead is Justice Kofi here. There is, now you see a bit more clearly, that is the Justice Adibua Sedu, who is a member of the committee. And then following Justice Kulendi. Right, and they were moving into the restaurant, having entered from the front. So we continue. Now, pause it for a second. Move it on slightly so that I want to show you something. Pause it here. Now, remember that as they move, the people are already seated. But I want you to focus on this particular area here.
The rest appears to be minding their own business.
Yeah, they're not of importance. But this area here, they move on. They move on to their seat. And then pause. So you begin to see. So the 2 other justices continue to the corner.
Right.
And presumably they had already secured a table. So this is a restaurant from what we understand. You can't just walk in. You must have called to reserve a seat. So they had walked into the corner there.
Iti utia sai ese Chinese restaurant no. Before say na obewura ho no. Just ubu kinti ehwo ya utu say ehwo ya permanent place a omode bo epobone. Epopa say Ghana for mpanifo ni person omo play wikida. Ehwo na omo kotena. Eti Chief Justice ya omo mini no. Ehwo na omo kobo omo pono ho. Anti Justice Kulendi won pe maami yasem wo mu nyina sa team ya wo mu akọ ne apagya ya enunguase ache wo mu ya Mahama pressure aba no sinti munkwache Wontumi munkwache we ne yan katakata so no eho no makose a wo mu planning now yento aso
going to sit down. So that is Justice Kofi and Justice Adibua Sedu going to sit. But Justice Yoni Kulendi, somebody sees him, recognizes him, shakes his hand, it interacts a bit with this individual. I don't know who that person is, but let's move on. And then immediately,
somebody stood up.
And there's a hug. There's a hug, right? Embraces him, hugs him briefly.
And is this person a person of interest?
A person of interest. We can say that this individual is Tadio Sori, right? And again, it's important. He was already seated.
When they came in.
Already having his dinner with somebody else that had already come to the place with, or maybe the person met him there, but he's already seated, right? When the 3 justices entered the restaurant, And in fact, the first person the Justice Kumi saw was this individual who was sitting across him, and then he gets up and hacks him. So he was already seated in the restaurant. We can move this along. And then so there's this brief hug, right? And then quick pleasantries exchanged. Then you see, and then pause again, then you see that the two other justices have already gone to their corner, the seat that they've reserved. But then you see, at this point, Kumi, so people have already seen him and trying to hug him. But then you see that Thaddeus walks, because he obviously had now seen the other, justices of the Supreme Court having exchanged a pleasantry with the Kumi. He walks on. He walks on, and this is the most important part. He walks on, shakes hands
with them,
and with the first justice he met after Kumi, which we say is Justice Kofi. And let's play this on, because this shows us the timelines. And shakes hands with him. The justice goes to sit down, shakes hands and bows to Justice Adibuasiru, who is a member of the investigative committee, bows again, bows to the other justice as well, shakes hands with him. And
at this stage, Johnny Kumi appears to be engaging in some kind of conversation with some other people.
Some other people, because they have seen him, they know him. I know Yoni, he was a very famous lawyer before. People see him and they recognize him. So he was talking. At that point, there was no...
Yes, you church as because as we dear point and say it's so interesting. Say this justices of the Supreme Court, JSs, and then including interested parties for the government represent the state. Suddenly, now any panel for in a restaurant. I mean, interesting. It doesn't make sense. So if not say a CCTV camera footage is I mean, how on earth will any power when we are interested to the president and any power could defend the president me and some way new in order for them to remove the chief justice or why? Now, lawyer Chachichikata was subscribed to the NDC. Thaddeus sorry, NDC was say a bambabin ne lawyer we papa or top way. The analysis in your power. Some penny for me and some way, and Mahama you almost say, woman could defend it. Sabaya, sa petition for kind one, woman yet chief justice no, a bet me I valid. Now, Chachichikata, NDC ni, Thaddeus sorry, NDC ni, in fact, was I a Bambabi Speaker of Parliament and a lawyer. Now, Aqua we audacity, hey, your friend say, Oliver Vamayo Vaka. So on the Mahama boy, why you Mahama office? So these are 3 NDC lawyers. Now they are fighting for the NDC president, John Mahama. Afi, Sani Pami and Sawe political people. They represent their political class. None of them. And then NDC. What we NDC for? And no dear, any problem. Tieniye pao. Afi. President Mama set a committee. Now, woman conquer you, my menedi. Womusuni. Sa committee, so no. Judge Wena Yenimunu, Kolendi. Udia Korsha Kolendi, ne track record in history. Why NDC name, Sergeant NDC. Justice Kolendi, Obianu so one of the NDC, one was any. One any. Enti. Some group we to go share a restaurant. Omuko ye day. Ghana for bisa question. Omuko ye day. Omuko edian omuko ye. Na the camera crowd tosu niu. Aye. Eti boy no omuko che no. Adenta kumi no omuko che no. Me say in my base wokuta a record na. En komo mudi ni ewom. En komo mudi ni wom ntina omako che boy no. Ama na yiri etimi anya miscarriage. Enya sa. Because NDC for footage no mudi pie ye no. Footage no muri pie no na voice bi anim but omo ye smart say omo so ko restaurant no ko bully omo na omo gye e no mo de abeto abonten quickly say ya omo be smart but the entu omo ko che guy no me say e wodo e beba e ube ko mo guy ni kuta eniema eye heavy a e be gye omo nsem enu nti no makoro hye no enye bibia because asem ne say omo ko pay de o adentina sa team no a wo mo presence mo nkɔ na nkɔ ɛyɛ de no mo miɛnsa ne tim kɔ hyia saa kɔ na mu hɔ Ghana no ho sɛ wo didi wie na wo da enkase no ano no nipa bi ye wicked pa bi trimo sum etrimo sum papa eduje wei wona de Gordon eduje tamakro wona de sa video e ba bonte yentie wono ana na osem ne yento aso.
You have a client. Our client, no, there is a petition against your client. Your client is supposed to go before a committee. Committee, no, 2 justices of the Supreme Court, and a woman, or more the petition against a client, no, lawyer, or representing one of the petitioners, no, when you a video to say, a senior lawyer representing petitioners need be against your client. Yehuno ewo restaurant or no you be newo hodada. Justices me ensa are walking into the restaurant. One of them a member of the committee be probu client no. Na lawyer yi asore ahage justices ne ba hage a second one. Ene omwedi nkomo kakra asresre asya baba betnase. When you see a video like this, are you saying you will not be worried for your client?
Also, when I believe the client has a solid defense, I will not.
Are you sure?
Yes. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you something. And that is why I'm surprised that doctor is the one leading this fight. My client was William Pedu. William Pedu.
William Pedu.
Tebi.
Oh, Tebi. Okay.
The former DG.
Yeah, for NCA. Yes.
Perfect. Whilst we're going through that trial,
Asempa FM.
Dr. Dami was 80. Whilst we were going through that trial, the presiding judge got promoted by the president to the Court of Appeal. Should I be worried?
Okay. NDC there, me no the entire member of analysis crown say and they want to score a political point by comparing and contrasting apples and grapes. It is a it says playbook no onye smarter they play with your mind. On say quickly, asamna down on so ko fast be dia basa say na no na ye say it we say ai. Unim me say NDC plan say enano me bo video bi kire President Mahama say Ekufuado a packet the Supreme Court bench into one tiasie. And until quickly, what didn't pass 7 echo? The SOY says, or catch the top, which is Mammy way. No more in free ho. Na me can't send me at the home. Here, some Mammy way one. Moka judges me and Sabina, Wamu and NDC pass Wamukum woman. Some Mammy Gertrude took or no Araba, Mammy, Tamokano. 1979, Mammy Bina, judges for me and Sabino Mukum, Mammy way. Ne papa ka ho bi no offer or ne relative ka ho Japan no na busu ne ka ho pacho samo ka 1979 82 judges bi na omuku wo no samba kaya 1982 panifo na mo wa no ba ko di justice Japan e na ba ko no ye admo gehok ye we na busu ne maame de no wo gehok no pacho mo kai no na se me wo sa footage wa ha pacho wo kai judge me nsa bi o mkokunkum wo no Bako, yes, PNDC era, Proud Africa, yes. Na me wo footage ni wa ha sei. Mami nibusuani bako. Eti NDC form bibi on baby e wase o. Mo de urade. Yes, a retired army officer, yes. No waka ho bi. Wo mkokun wo mami nibusuani wo no. Eti NDC form bibi on baby e wase o. Meba na me wo sa footage wa ha ma mko hwemra. Sa footage de na me wo ha pa. Eti NDC for no maami no wo mo mpena sam dada wo because omo nim no se maami enya de obeso so NDC for when it comes to say ombe dan because ono ankasa ne na busuani ye de bia ye no ye de bia ye ne busuani Major Sam Akwa ni busuani no me na me wo footage da hapa 1979 yi mami so omo ni wo meba say womuni wo hu enti ba ko ni say enkofo ni obai ni baako ni no oba baako me mama miensa so omo aha ni wo fa no na busuani no eti say NDC fo mpe mama yasem nyina afiri efire wo mo mpe justice mama yasem nyina say wo die efire eti wo mo nim se mama enya de obepram NDC buga na mra ni mu atia da because mama busuani ene ka ho bi eno wo kokum wo Rollins enkofo kokunkum wo ni so wo ne dai wo ni ai am from to say yes eti sama justice ono akwa no ex what no the ex serviceman akwa yeah bibi maami ni busuani no eti nkrofo na ni nhia eni maami wo mo mpena sem enu ta chinchiro mato ndi se maami ni MPP ni kwabra japo papa na wonka ho se kwabra japo papa so ni nyono a eti wo mo ni se maami ni MPP ni eti ompene mo ma yes a supreme leader se no nya de obepene asem na me ka chiro ti maami no wo ma target ne se ye yi ni free ho a ye ho beto ye be package supreme court no because case bia ho na de be kwa akwi unse constitution de here say wanyo obi a judge na unse ye no yate ase the law is in the bosom of the judge. The judge make pronouncement say koye lower court or beko upper court, higher court, supreme court, final ni ye wi opa fa ko ECOWAS parliament o mo fa ho. Nti say wo mutimi etimi nyo mo judges no mo tena ho a wasam ni ya di awi ya di judge akasa eno ano no. Sa no person mo yewu. Eti Mahama ni pe absolute control to rule the country. Na the man ye fene say ya na ye kase nkofo no omo wo etirimupo say enye sa omo pe ekwan bi asa reset no e be affect constitution no. Na won say constitution wo hu ye wo anytime bebre constitution mu a enye obi a na te ase. Na ye wo enema obetumi asan constitution nim ene de wontimi nti broni say ye wo the trench part of the constitution and the entrenched position. On say the trench and the president have the authority with the members of parliament to do it without the people, because we have the people's representation which is the parliament. Now, the trench position no one timino. The entrenched position I want timino. E bi ni say no Mahama no dwen said that the Ghana fo nyina na koto abaman. Sa na omo dwen o. Enti constitution mu na ye the trench and the entrenched position na ye wo de obetimi ni de won timino. Say Otiminya Supreme Court na ho ne stable. Now the military wa pack wo wawie, police wa ye na dwuma. Enti say tumi wie the judicial system no a. See, NDC for wa adwene say Ghana fo nyina na to abama wo muti they have the total number inipa nyina na pe wo mo. Wo de me ba mame nko line so ho. Mame nko line so mra na me wie a me kire wa de NDC fo na adwen ekura wo mo no. Enu nti na omani abra wo mo ye sa ne ma no na me pesa wonti asem wi a na ya to aso afiri ase ye nti ayi we me ba sisi a.
And then you see on the frame. So in the lead is Justice Kofi here. There is, now you see a bit more clearly, that is the Justice Adibua Sedu, who is a member of the committee, and then following Justice Kolende. Right, and they were moving into the restaurant, having entered from the front. So we continue. Now, pause it for a second. Move it on slightly so that I want to show you something. Pause it here. Now, remember that as they move, the people are already seated. But I want you to focus on this particular area here.
The rest appears to be minding their own business.
Yeah, they're not of importance. But this area here, they move on. They move on to their seat. And then pause. So you begin to see, so the two other justices continue to the corner.
Right.
Okay, mami ko phone lines so na many the Ashanti MPP youth organizer any komo Raphael Patrick Ralph net say
this year papa bi for the records mini baba oh
that's right the commander name commander Ashanti region commander yes sir
I know this year mama feel pa oh
sir
oh minia
oh nice one yes see what catch it here for see
hey tie me kai tie ba tie
I see mu ache
omo ntie o metie yesi mu ache
oh that time Ralph now